our lizard to plank to hamstring stretch. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna come down nice and slow. We're gonna get a nice little downward roll. Feel that lower back open up, maybe the hamstrings open up. We're gonna walk it out. Feel these calves start to turn on. Try to keep those heels nice and planted. We're gonna come out to a plank. And then we're gonna go ahead, kick this left foot out. Feel those hips open up. We're gonna take the hand closest to our foot. Nice overhead reach. And back down. We're gonna take this hand that's closest to our leg. We're gonna have it swing over to the opposite side of our leg. And we're gonna come on up nice and slow. Get a nice hamstring stretch. Hang in here for a good 10 seconds. Feel that back leg, calf also turn on. Good. And here, we're gonna come back into that nice lizard stretch position, that little lunge position here. Hand closest to the arm. And we're gonna get back into a plank. Plank it. We're gonna kick the opposite leg out. Nice little lunge here, runner's lunge. Arm closest to the leg. Nice overhead reach. And back down. And have this arm swing over to the opposite side of the leg. We're gonna pop on up. And a nice hamstring stretch. 10 seconds. That back leg also turn on. Open up those calves. And back down. We're gonna get back into a plank. Plank it. Nice downward dog. And we're gonna walk it up. So we're gonna take these toes and have them try and meet our hands. Turn it on those hamstrings and rolling on up. So you're gonna go. It's called handcuffs. So first thing we're gonna do is lay on our stomachs here. We're gonna go ahead and almost like Superman, have the arms come straight out. And what we wanna do is we're gonna go ahead and have the arms come out to the side, palms facing down, come out to the side. Once you come out 180, so you've got a T shape here, you're gonna flip the palms so they're facing up. And what I really want you to focus on is not moving the arms, just using your elbows to bring those hands together, almost like you're being handcuffed, right? So here, you'll hold that for 2 seconds, come back out. This is not a race. You want to be nice and slow here, palms still facing up. Once you get back to 180, that T shape, you're gonna flip. No crack this time for me, but you might feel that. You're gonna come back to the center. Thumbs pointing up, palms parallel, and then you're gonna repeat. So here we have planks. So we're gonna go ahead and get into a plank position. For positioning, we're going to want our hands directly below our shoulders, feet out, and we're gonna go ahead and focus on our breathing. So on the inhale, we're going to let the diaphragm or the stomach totally expand here, and we're gonna get a nice exhale, and we're gonna contract and let it all out. So really focused on our breathing here. So first up, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So here we have mountain climbers with special attention to our breathing. So first, we're gonna start off in a plank position. So we're gonna take our hands, they're gonna come directly below our shoulders, about shoulder width apart. Our feet are also going to be about shoulder width apart, fully extended out. And here, we're gonna get a nice inhale to start off. We wanna fill the diaphragm with air, let that stomach expand. And on the exhale, we're actually gonna crunch one leg in with the 2-second pause and go back. Inhale, when we resume the starting position, and exhale. Nice hold. Inhale. exhale on the crunch. All right, so here we have a play on face pulls. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find a wall. We're gonna lean against the wall. Our feet can be about 6 inches. The heel can be about 6 inches from the wall. Backs pressed flat against the wall. We're gonna have our arms come out with the palms facing down. They're gonna come out about 180 degrees. Elbows are on the wall, and we're just gonna have the arms come straight out. So we have 2 L's. 2 perfect L's, both arms 90 degrees. Feel the back shoulder blades engage as you come up at the top. Back is pressed against the wall the whole way through. We're gonna come back down. Boom. Hit that 180. Back up. Feel those back shoulder blades. They should be pinned against the wall. Here I have my hands against the wall, my elbows, back shoulder blades. What I'm working on is my mind-muscle connection. All right, so next up, you're gonna need your small bands. What we're gonna do here is a nice little lateral pump with our bands. So what we're gonna do is have the bands come around the legs. We're going to position the bands a little bit above the knee here. And the first thing I wanna do is have the feet come a little less than shoulder width apart, definitely no more than shoulder width apart here. I'm gonna get a nice little hinge. Right? My core is turned on. I'm not having my back rounded or a nice little tilt here. Everything's in line. Slight bend, core is on. And what I'm gonna do is stabilize on this left leg here. Now I don't wanna be rocking back and forth. I just wanna stabilize on this one leg. I'm gonna feel that glute turn on. And I'm just gonna kick this right leg to the side. So a nice little toe touch. And my main focus is to keep everything locked in place except this toe that I'm touching with this lateral pump here. So one thing to notice is that I'm not rocking back to side and side, right? I'm locked in here, slight hinge, core is on. This doesn't move at all, this leg. Really working on this stabilization in this core. So next up we have our small band lateral squats. Now we're gonna break this down. It's almost like 2 exercises in one. So first thing we're gonna do is take our small bands. I have a band that's the heaviest resistance. We're gonna have the band come above the kneecap. This is about 1 inch above the knee. We're gonna hinge, feel that glute light up, side tap. I'm about shoulder width apart here, and I'm gonna step into a squat. You'll notice my knees roll out, my core is on, boom, coming up, squeezing those glutes at the top. So we'll take it from the top here. I've got my nice hinge, my core is on, side step, shoulder width apart, and drop down to a squat. See what this looks like on the side, same thing, hips are forward, get a nice hinge, side step, shoulder width apart, nice squat, and up, squeezing those glutes at the top, hinge, core is on, I'm engaged, no rounding, no tilting, nice and in line, side step, squat, and this is your small band lateral squat. All right, so here we have our mid-back row, and what we're gonna need are our bands with the handles. So I have the bands with the handles set up here. I have my door hanger enclosed within the door. The bands are about 1 foot from the floor. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna step back to the point where I have some resistance. I'm actually not gonna bend the knees here. I'm gonna keep the back straight. I am gonna turn on the core, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm gonna pull my arms back. My fists are gonna come and actually brush my torso. My elbows are back. I feel my back shoulder blades engage, and I'm gonna come back down. 3, 2, 1, and pull, making fists that face forward, contract, 2-second pause at the top, 3, 2, 1, count on the way down, and contract. When you contract, you're gonna feel that squeeze all here within the rhomboids, scapula area. Feel all of that light up as you get that squeeze in. 3, 2, 1, pull. Notice where my fists are here. 3, 2, 1. So the first thing I want us to do is work on our chest press. We're gonna have our bands come straight out in front of us, and what we're gonna do is get a nice little split stance here. So I have one leg out, one leg behind, digging in that front foot, turning the core on. And what I wanna do with my arms is get 90 degrees, right? 90 degrees out, and I wanna push down. And I like to think of tearing a bag open on the way up. So I'm tearing something open, coming back out, almost like I'm widening my wingspan here, resuming back to that 90 degrees, starting position, coming back down, tearing something open, coming back nice and under control, back to 90 degrees. Timing on this, we're gonna go 1, 2, down, 2-second pause, 3 seconds up, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2-second pause, 3, 2, 1 on the way up. You can push through those back shoulder blades. I know that's a common cue. Push, exhale on the way down. Nice 3-second negative here on the way up. So all right, to get stretched out, the first is our lizard to plank to hamstring stretch. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna come down nice and slow. We're gonna get a nice little downward roll. Feel that lower back open up, maybe the hamstrings open up. We're gonna walk it out. Feel these calves start to turn on. Try to keep those heels nice and planted. We're gonna come out to a plank. And then we're gonna go ahead, kick this left foot out. Feel those hips open up. We're gonna take the hand closest to our foot. Nice overhead reach. And back down. We're gonna take this hand that's closest to our leg. We're gonna have it swing over to the opposite side of our leg. And we're gonna come on up nice and slow. Get a nice hamstring stretch. Hang in here for a good 10 seconds. Feel that back leg, calf also turn on. Good. And here, we're gonna come back into that nice lizard stretch position, that little lunge position here. Hand closest to the arm. And we're gonna get back into a plank. Plank it. We're gonna kick the opposite leg out. Nice little lunge here, runner's lunge. Arm closest to the leg. Nice overhead reach. And back down. And have this arm swing over to the opposite side of the leg. We're gonna pop on up. And a nice hamstring stretch. 10 seconds. That back leg also turn on. Open up those calves. And back down. We're gonna get back into a plank. Plank it. Nice downward dog. And we're gonna walk it up. So we're gonna take these toes and have them try and meet our hands. Turn it on those hamstrings and rolling on up. So you're gonna go ahead. What we're gonna do is, I'm gonna face you. We're gonna come out. We're gonna get a nice pec stretch. So I want you to hold on to the handle and drive your shoulder away from the band here. We're gonna hold this for 30 seconds on each side. If you feel it in your forearm, go ahead and get less of an incline. Hold that for 30 seconds on each side.